Inside a colossal Gothic nave, a single vocal note propagates outward, strikes the limestone pillars, and returns to the listener as a sustained, enveloping wash of auditory immersion. It blooms. The acoustic energy climbs into the upper galleries and cascades back down, overwhelming the senses. Beneath these ribbed vaults, a single syllable can linger in the air for up to 10 seconds. For an auditory system adapted for open environments, this density of overlapping sound is nearly impossible to process. It is a phenomenon researchers call the sonic sublime. This physiological impact is so intense that it has fueled a persistent modern mythology. In alternative history circles, it's often claimed that medieval builders encoded these structures with secret solfeggio frequencies, like 528 Hz, specifically to repair DNA or access invisible divine realms. However, medieval monks had no way to engineer buildings to precise Hertz measurements. The very concept of measuring sound in cycles per second is a 19th century scientific invention, and the solfeggio narrative was fabricated in the late 1990s. Stripping away the mythology reveals a more impressive reality. Without mathematical physics or secret codes, these master masons relied on centuries of empirical observation to create some of the most complex acoustic environments on Earth. When architecture transitioned from absorptive wooden roofs to massive stone Gothic vaults, builders sought to maximize verticality and light. A physical byproduct of this structural shift was the creation of gargantuan interior volumes. The behavior of sound here follows Sabine's formula, which states that reverberation is directly proportional to a room's volume and inversely proportional to its absorption. Because cathedrals enclose tens of thousands of cubic meters and are surfaced in dense, rigid limestone, the stone acts as an acoustic mirror, reflecting nearly all energy back into the space. This chart compares reverberation time, or RT60. A classroom targets less than 1 second for speech clarity. A symphony hall reaches 2.5 seconds. An empty medieval cathedral, shown in blue, pushes past 9 seconds. Geometric ribbed vaults and compound piers scatter sound waves in multiple directions, enveloping the listener. Meanwhile, stone choir screens acted as acoustic filters, blocking high-frequency direct sound from the congregation, while allowing low-frequency energy to diffrend over the masonry. Builders also applied a direct physical method to tune the air. Across Europe, masons embedded ceramic acoustic jars into the stone walls and vaults. These vessels served as volume cavity resonators, specifically sized to absorb the problematic booming low-frequency bass that occurs in such massive volumes. The strategic placement of these resonators and stone filters indicates that medieval builders were highly sophisticated empirical sound designers. They were actively tuning a colossal instrument. This architecture was the environment for Gregorian chant, a strictly monophonic tradition consisting of a single vocal line designed to carry Latin prose across vast distances. Inside a 9-second reverberation field, the physics of the room creates a significant problem. Rapid or rhythmically complex music instantly devolves into an unintelligible, muddy blur. To adapt, singers slowed their tonal production. Instead, they moved away from sharp consonants and pushed drawn-out, sustained vowel sounds into the reflective vaulting. Because the notes decayed so slowly, consecutive pitches in the chant line hung in the air and overlapped. As this diagram shows, the architecture acted like an acoustic sustain pedal, transforming successive melodic steps into simultaneous harmonic chords. By the late 12th century, composers of the Notre Dame school executed a radical shift, moving from single-line plain chant to multi-part polyphony, stretching original melodies into immense drone tones, layering rhythmically precise upper voices to exploit the building's echo. The architecture of the Gothic cathedral was not merely a venue for this music, but an active physical co-creator that fundamentally changed the trajectory of early Western composition. This immersion in mystery was a deliberate move away from the clarity of the past. In ancient Greece and Rome, amphitheaters were engineered explicitly for speech intelligibility, using open-air environments and tiered seating to minimize late reverberation. It also differs from prehistoric sites like this Neolithic hypogeum, where tight stone chambers create sharp, localized resonances, often at 110 Hz. Cathedrals, by contrast, act as massive broadband reverberators. Today, initiatives like the Past Has Ears project use advanced 3D auralization and high-performance computing to digitally reconstruct these historical soundscapes, mapping the cathedral as a dynamic, evolving instrument. These simulations demonstrate a clear correlation between the physical layout and the behavior of sacred sound. For example, the models show exactly how temporary objects like heavy tapestries or stone choir screens shortened the reverberation time, making the space less hostile to complex singing. The enduring power of the cathedral does not rely on hidden codes or New Age frequencies. Its impact is born from a profound empirical collaboration between the physics of limestone, the evolution of sound, and human perception.